What's up, people? I'm just sipping on a little coffee. I just thought I'd share today about how I received Jesus as my Lord and Savior, how I became born again. So, like most people, like most Christians, I grew up in the church. All right, I grew up going to church with my mom. She was always adamant, and even though my dad didn't go to church, he always wanted us to go to church with mom. So we used to go, myself, my two older brothers. I think I got baptized when I was grade four, back in 2003. But really, I got baptized, but I didn't really know what was going on. So fast forward, I went into high school, and Form 1, I was full of mischief. Form 2, I was full of mischief. Form 3, I was full of mischief, but I was beginning to develop some kind of conscience, some kind of understanding that life doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to involve you causing pain to others or you being inflicted with pain. And the high school I went to, the setup was such that the members of staff, the teachers, and all the staff members, they sort of gave a lot of responsibilities to the older boys. So we used to have like a thing called Christian Fellowship, right? And another thing called Powerhouse. So Christian Fellowship happened on Friday nights, and another thing called Powerhouse, which happened on Saturday nights. We had other meetings in the middle, like we had a cell group on Thursday, and we had what was called Man Fishers on Wednesday. So I was trying to just get involved in all these programs, trying to, trying to I was there. I knew there was God. I knew there was Jesus. I had grown up hearing about him, right? But I knew he was there, but I just hadn't received like a personal revelation or a personal desire to pursue him further. So when I was Form 3, that's in 2009, when I was about 15 years old. Yeah. I saw like a lot of things change. I remember a friend of mine got expelled, another one got suspended, and then eventually left the school. Um, and these were people that I was hanging out with. So I was asking myself, Kuti, what kind of an influence, was I? I wasn't really asking myself those questions, but it was a bit close to home. You understand, like what's really going on. So in that time, I got a bit lonely because, like I said, my friends had been removed from the school. So what ended up happening is that I began diving deeper and deeper into these different meetings, deeper into I didn't understand a lot, like man fishes, man. I mean, I did not understand what the hell was going on, but I used to go. I used to be consistent. I used to go, but I did not understand. But like I said, it was such a the way the school was that the seniors, we had so much respect for the seniors and so much admiration for them that because they were our leaders, they're the guys who we were in the hostels with, that they would take us for events such as house training, take us for war cry practice and all these things. They would encourage us and teach us about the school and how great it was and all this stuff. So we really, really looked up to them. We wanted to just be like them. So then, like I said, also like a Christian Fellowship and a Powerhouse, it was the boys, the senior boys running these things. So we used to go. I mean, we used to go, lots of us, right? Junior boys, we used to go there and we used to worship and we used to fellowship because of how much we loved and respected our senior guys. So I remember back in 2009, it was like October, November, and I was in Powerhouse because Christian Fellowship was always a bigger meeting than Powerhouse, because Christian Fellowship, like, most of the students would come, but then Powerhouse, it was like more optional, because Christian Fellowship, it was either you go to Christian Fellowship or you stay behind in your house and do another hour of homework, of prep. So people always used to opt to go to Christian Fellowship, but Saturday was like if you want to. So if Saturday was even more run by the senior boys. They were not like staff members supervising. And man, I remember some of the senior boys, man, these guys were these guys had been smokers. These guys had been drinkers, sleeping around with girls and all this stuff. And then they just, I remember one guy in particular, I won't mention his name, but I did send him a message last year and I'm like, dude, thank you, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known who Christ was. I wouldn't have been inspired. But this guy was super cool. Super cool. I really looked up to him. We all looked up to him, right? And he gave his life to Christ. This guy was good looking, he was popular, he could get the girl, he was a party guy, drinking, and this guy gave his life to Christ, man. We're like, what the hell is going on? Right? And he started taking more of a leadership role in at at Powerhouse, right? And these are the guys who, you know, he started really like living differently, and we could see it. It wasn't like we were hearing about it, but we knew this guy. We knew how he was, and now he had changed. So that's what really prompted me to want to know, Kuti, what is this? What is this? How did someone who was like this become like this? And I started going more and more to Christian Fellowship, to Powerhouse. And I remember in October, November 2009, man, I remember that's when I just surrendered and I was like, nah, you know what, God, you win. You win, you win. That's not what I said, but those are the months, October, I forget exactly which one, but that's when I gave my life to Christ. And it's been a journey since, because a lot of people think, yes, it's the finish line because your spirit has been saved, your spirit has been renewed, but then there's a journey that you in your body and in your mind that you have to take. So it's been a journey since. And you know, so it was exciting, especially first, the first year or whatever. I got into some leadership roles in the Christian Fellowship Committee. In my final year of high school, I actually was called the president, the chairman of the Christian Fellowship Society. What a great privilege and an honor. Because I felt so undeserving. I remember in the interview, when they were interviewing me for the post, I was like, you know what, guy? I think that other guy should actually get the post. Then they were like, that's funny because he was saying you should get the post. But fortunately, and thank God for it, I didn't got the post. I don't think I did a good job though, but it was just amazing to be able to serve. So since then, man, I've made mistakes like crazy. But that's a story for another day. But thank you so much for listening. Please share with me your salvation stories. I mean, if you've got a link for a video that you uploaded or whatever, share with me your salvation stories. I want to know what inspired you, how what pushed you to this. So, like for me, it was, yes, I had grown up in the church, but I didn't have a personal relationship. But when I went to high school, the way the senior boys were, right, it inspired me to run after Jesus. So you let me know your salvation stories. Thanks a lot for listening, guys, and God bless. If you liked this video, please give a thumbs up, and I invite you to subscribe because I share 1 or 2 new videos every week.